And hello, welcome to Solo Playthrough. Sorry, getting some settings right here. It's been a couple of weeks and it feels like longer than that. Yeah, I think the last time I was on was a Mage Night, which was a very exciting Volcaire's Quest. So that was pretty cool. And I think I streamed 4 times that week, and then life happened again. So here we are. I did want to get through these Nature Incarnate spirits, and hopefully I can kind of get back to the pace that I had. That is not looking super realistic, but at least we'll do once every other week or so on average is my guess. I might do a double header today, thinking about getting back to Dawn of the Zeds, because I have not put Zeds on the channel since December. And considering my excursion to Plum Island, I really need to get that taste out of my mouth. So I think Zeds will be coming up hopefully tonight. We'll see if that is possible. No guarantees, but that is my hope. And then a few more things I'm trying to do. I'm really digging at the primal a lot, actually painting up those minis, and excited to start exploring that. I still have Euthia, which is just begging for me to dive into that. My friend and I are hoping to start learning the rules to Frostpunk. As always, we have the good problem of too many amazing games. So I'm excited to actually get into Gaze. I've only played Gaze twice off camera with these Nature Incarnate spirits. I'm really trying to limit my plays off camera because I do find them a little bit strong, to say the least. Although Gaze, I enjoyed the puzzle it presented, and I think Habsburg will be a rather fun challenge. The last game I played of Spirit Island with Hearth Vigil was not very fun. That is a spirit that will stay very tidily packed in the box. Putting him in the dog horse, cow house is what I tried to say there. I'm not sure how that came out. But dude, special thanks to Fold the Space for a review copy of the 2 inserts that they gave me, which I use to store all the stuff into these 2 boxes. And then I also want to give a shout out to Greater Than Games or Flat River Group, which sent me a review copy of the Premium Token Pack 2, as well as Horizons of Spirit Island. Do have some chat to get to before we start. Yes, Greg from Daniel Gilligan. Been waiting patiently for this one. The Sunny Boy is a real enigma. Really difficult to play, I would say. Super interested to see how you approach it. I just finished a 2-handed game of Sun plus Behemoth into France, Sweden 6-6. Yesterday, it absolutely destroyed them. That pair is super broken together. And I think it's fair to say they're both totally OP on their own to begin. Nature Incarnate, eh? Getting you riled up before you even start. Winky face, good luck. I'll have to catch you on demand as usual. And then Wobbler Trail says, let's go. Great to see you again. Let's go. So, I was running late today. I put in the chat I was running 10 minutes late. I think I was only 6 minutes late. So, there you go. Sorry for, over promising. I mean, for those of you who wanted me to be later, I don't know if you exist, but we got Gaze right out the box. We are going to put our invader board over here on the left. I find it funny to go back to my videos and see like the the progression of where I put stuff and how I used to use the old invader board from Branch and Claw, which like I don't even know where that is buried right now. So I get everything into these 2 boxes except for the Horizon of Spirit Island board, which I keep out and just kind of slide into my shelf there. And I do not. I do the same thing with the premium token board. The premium token board is the premium invader board, I think is what they call it. That is a giant waste of money that was given to me by Adam Smith. Adam Smith ended up with 2 copies, so I hope he did not pay for them. I hope he got review copies. Adam Smith is Adam Smith from Rolling Solo, for those who do not know, and woof, what a terrible product that is. I digress. Let's get all this stuff out of here. Sun will obviously have to go with the orange over here. Kind of thing seems thematically consistent. We'll use these. I don't think Sun has an Incarna. It does not. It's funny, like, to me, the ones that haven't, like, thematically, I would think Sun, especially with how this spirit operates and that they're super intense in one land at a time, I do think it's funny that they don't have an Incarna. It seems like a natural fit, but what do I know? I do not love the Incarna mechanic, mostly because I find it overpowered. And just, you know, there are things that I think should have been done to kind of make them a more seamless thing into gameplay, but the fact that, you know, they're so flexible and they provide so many extra tools into a toolkit for the player, I have not been super impressed with the Incarna spirits as a way to make. I don't think what they add mechanically is balanced by a necessary feeling of a challenge that I would want. So I think the balance there is a bit off. So that's my my short story there. We're going to play against Habsburg 6, not the mining colony. We're going to go back to the livestock colony. So I will review the rules there because it has been a second since I played them. I really do like the mining colony. I think they have some mining expedition. I'm sorry. I think they have some really awesome mechanics, and I think they are a very formidable foe in a way that I enjoy. And they are unlike Russia, which like changes the math so much that I don't always love playing Russia, and they're not like England where you're just guaranteeing yourself a long, long ass game. I think Habsburg mining colony is super awesome, but we're gonna do the livestock colony, which I also really enjoy playing against them. So see how that goes. Boom, boom, boom. All these reminder cards, I will take them out just in case. Put them over here. All right, done. We gotta get the rest of these tokens out here. We got some Dahan. We don't need these. I'll put them over. Oh, nope, don't need those. Here we go. I'll take the extra green that I have for some reminders. We'll get the after the build thing for Habsburg. That's for mining expedition. That's for mining expedition. That's for mining expedition. Is there only one for Habsburg? Nope, there's another for Habsburg. Changes the build. And cool. So I appreciate Eric Royce's commitment to to historical trends of the various adversaries, but I kind of do wish that Habsburg had a completely different country associated with it, because I do find it a little cumbersome to be like, even on like the threads, it's like Habsburg, well, which Habsburg? And then I had some, my last Habsburg mining expedition video, people were confused because they thought I was playing real like the OG Habsburg, and I just think communicating about the game just got a lot more complicated than it really needed to be. But again, I digress. We're going to put this over here. And done. All right, we have the livestock colony. See, I'm going to screw this up like 12 times today, but I'm playing the livestock colony. Additional loss condition, irreparable damage. Track how many blight come off the blight card during ravages that do 8+ damage to the land. If that number ever exceeds players, the invaders win. Escalation, the stage 2 escalation, seek prime territory after exploring any spore with 4 or fewer blight. Add a town to a land without towns or blight, and each over 2 or fewer blight, do so again. The difficulty progressions: level 1, migratory herders. After the build step, in each land matching a build card, gather 1 town from a land not matching a build card in land board order, or board land order, I should say. More rural than urban. During setup on each board, add a town to land 2 and 1 and one town to the highest number of land without setup symbols. During play, when invaders build one city in an inland land, they instead build 2 towns. Difficulty 3, fast spread. When making the invader deck, remove 1 additional stage 1 card. Stage 4, herds thrive in verdant lands. Towns and lands without blight are durable, not adorable, as I seem to accidentally say a lot. They have +2 health, and destroy towns effects instead deal 2 damage per town they could destroy. Destroy all towns works normally. Wave of immigration. Before the initial explore, put the Habsburg reminder card under the top 5 invader cards. When revealed on each board, add 1 city to a coastal land without cities, and 1 town to the 3 inland lands with the fewest blight. And then far-flung herds. Ravagers do +2 damage total if any adjacent lands has towns. This does not cause lands without invaders to ravage. All right. Super interesting. We got our invader deck. I will get a D6 up here. Oh, I should actually get a bunch of dice is what I should do. Boop. Defend dice. Need some elemental tracking dice. We have our 6 stage 3 cards. I rolled a 3. Stage 2 cards. Alright, got some chat. Rob Latrere is getting so hard to store and organize stuff now. It's a good problem, but still challenging. Adam, oops, we need the Coastal Lands card in there. Adam, this game is so challenging to me. Like, my favorite game ever is Feast for Odin, followed close by Maze Knight, but I can't wrap my head around this one for some reason. Did you get Odin? I like Uwe. I don't know. Maybe I would have liked Odin more solo. I'm not a big polyamino puzzle Tetris guy. I don't find that a super interesting board game mechanic to me. And Odin, like competitively, just felt like a jumbled mess of so many different ideas that I was like, I like Caverna enough. It's probably my favorite Uwe game, but I mean, I get it. Like, if you love worker placement, like the different strategies and puzzles that could emerge from Odin, I could definitely see why people really like it. Just not really for me. Jonathan K. Yeah, I tossed the premium board and the shiny spirits into the trash this spring cleaning. I didn't find anyone local but one of them. I mean, they actually make the game to make playing the game more difficult. Yeah, the premium board was ridiculous, and the foil spirits. I mean, beyond the assistance with storage, I mean, the rest of it is absolutely just trash. Like you just can't see what's going on the cards, and I mean, it just any kind of glare is accentuated. Like, like, I don't understand why they didn't just offer like thin boards like the Horizon Spirits, which don't have the foiling on them. I just really think Flat River Group, Great Rid of the Games, has really overthought some of the crap with how they approach this game, and it's look, you got to be pragmatic, and um, games are meant to be played, not looked at. And, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. Some of the decisions they made on products that could have been great and helpful, and made people want to play this game more. Instead, it's just like, what the hell is this thing? That premium board again is just so absurd in its size and how it's organized. It's like, did the person who designed this actually play Spirit Island more than one time? Because I don't think they did, and that's a problem to me. Dora says, "Yo, man, awesome to catch you live. Been watching your Maze Knight playthroughs. Can't wait for the next. Good luck at Spirit Island. I've only beaten Prussia level 6 yet. Yeah, Prussia 6 is fun. I don't do it on the channel very often, and like, I don't play Prussia. I just find they truncates the game so badly that there's only certain times I really want to do it. But yeah, I mean, the adrenaline of like how tight and crazy that game can be is super nuts. Jonathan K. I've been enjoying the Nature Incarnate spirits and aspects, though. Ocean's Deeps was my last play in the blast. Yeah, I've heard good things about Deeps. I'm gonna get through the new spirits, and then I'm gonna start doing two-handed playthroughs with the various aspects, considering there's like, what, 17 of them. Obviously, we'll get to the 2 new scenarios as well. Doris, wait, do Invader cards have a new back? The Invader cards I have are from the Horizons of Spirit Island. I don't love the Horizon Spirits, like, for me personally, but I actually like Horizons as a product as a whole. It gives you new colors. It gives you a new island board, which I actually do like to play on occasion, and it gives you new invader cards that are super cool. So there's a lot of value in that Horizons product, and you could probably get it for super cheap right now. So I would definitely recommend that. Wobbly Bear Trail, the Horizon Spirit Island version came with new invader cards, backs. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Appreciate the assist. All right, we're gonna put the event deck somewhere. We're going to put the event deck somewhere, guys. Look at me. And girls. That goes here. We're going to get our Fear card deck. The Fear card deck against level Sibs 6. I don't know what Sibs is. 6. Habsburg is a 5/6/3. 5/6/3. Oh my. Just make sure that Healthy Island deck looks so big. I was like, did I accidentally leave some fear cards? Like, no, that's how big the Healthy Island deck is now. Great. Amazing. 5/6/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Do 6. All right, that's gonna go here. We have to put this underneath the top 5 invader cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is the right before the last stage 2 card, which is interesting. We have to figure out our board. I'm going to play on board C. I'm going to dump a bunch of Dahan onto the board because that was smooth. Smooth, I tell you. You love these trays a lot. Like the folded space insert is a strong recommend for me. But the way I set it up for filming and stuff, I just have an unbelievable knack of catching it just right, flipping over the trays. All right, that's going to go there. We're going to get a city in land 2. We're going to get a town in land 2. 1 town to the highest number of land without any setup icons, which is there. We're going to get a blight on land 5. We're going to get another town based on the setup icon in land 7. We get a beast in land 4, which is the lowest numbered land without a pre-printed setup icon, and we get the disease in land 2. We're going to have our Blighted Island card. For some reason, I really dislike everything about Gaze of the Sun, from the theme to the art to the way it works. Curious to see how you make it work. I hate the art. I definitely agree with that. So it was one of my. It feels like very Horizons-y in the art, and I really dislike I like a lot of things about Horizons. I hate the art of the spirits, especially like Relentless with the friggin' the heat spirit is just. I don't understand how they're like, oh yeah, it looks good. I mean, the art looks so kiddie in a way that really I find off-putting. So that's a thing. But yeah, I really don't like the art for Relentless Gaze of the Sun. It's grown on me a little bit, but it still just looks like, what are we doing here? It looks like it should be like the cover of an Aesop's Fables book, or I don't know, man. It is what it is. Put this here. We're going to have 3 blight on it. 2 blight because the card says so, and 1 blight because Eric Royce loves you. Done. All right, we're going to shuffle up the minor powers. Let's do story time with Greg. As I'm shuffling this, Relentless Gaze of the Sun is an imperious spirit brimming with wrathful power that scorches the land barren beneath its focused regard. For long centuries, it viewed all others as beneath it, unworthy of consideration. Yet once being thwarted during the years of the Relentless Sun, it wonders if its pride deceives it. Perhaps it should work with some spirits and humans rather than indulging in indiscriminate destruction. It is still considering this idea. Regardless, the invaders offered it by offended by making the land fragile, forcing it into the intolerable choice between dimming its majesty and unintentionally scorching the land. We put 2 presents in the Badlands on our starting board in the lowest numbered sands. We start with 4 unique powers, cards, and 4 energy. Playstyle uses stacks of 3 presents and high energy income to hammer the same lands with repeated power cards. Because of its single-mindedness, it's better at dealing with large problems than smaller ones. Harms the land and Dahan while smiting invaders unless it successfully changes its nature by expanding into new elements, which may mean partially foregoing the sun and fire that form the core of its initial strength. Complexity is high. All right, minor powers are shuffled. I will put this deck over here, and then we just have the majors, and we could start taking a look at the other side of this board. All right, so we got a bad. Wait, let me set up the presents. 2 presents and a Badlands and the lowest numbered sands. Ooh, which happens to be land 2 on this board, which is super interesting. Okay, we flip this over. Boop. And here we go. Growth. It is a little bit like green. You always add a presence 2 away from where you have presence, and then you pick 1. The 3 options are reclaim cards, and then add up to 3 destroyed presents together into 1 location. We gain a power card, or we can gain double our energy from the presence track here, and then we could move up to 3 presents together. Special rules: relentless punishment. After using a power card, if you had at least 3 presents in the origin land, you may repeat it any number of times on the same target land, ignoring origin, range, and target requirements. By playing both the energy cost of the power and 1 energy per previous use of the power this turn, each time you repeat the power. You may repeat each power card multiple times, but its first repeat costs 1 extra, second 2, blah blah blah. Check if the origin land has 3 presents when you target it the first time. So if you start having a power that makes you lose presents, as long as you had 3 presents when you started this process, you can keep doing that repeat ability. Presence track is 1 energy, 2 energy in a sun, 3 energy in a fire, a sun, 4 energy in any element, and then 5 energy. And then the card plays is 1, 1, 2 sun, 3 reclaim, 1, and 4. This is a spirit I played twice again. I had much more success where I absolutely top tracked it. It's a super interesting way to play, and we'll see if we can pull it off. Again, we don't mind getting a couple of blight on the island because it really neutralizes Habsburg's escalation. That said, we're going to have a problem if we trigger that additional loss condition. So again, if we ever have 2 blight that come off the card, 2 blight that come off the card during ravages that do 8+ damage, that's going to be a bit of an issue that we're going to need to have to, we would just lose. So it's going to be a bit of an issue to try to prevent that from happening, is what I'm trying to say. Our innate powers are Scorching Convergence. Let me get these set up over here and put this presence here, and I can put these Han away. Scorching Convergence is a slow power. Range is 1 away from where we have a sacred site. It is target land. It could be any. If we have 2 suns, we can move all of our presence. We have to. It's not even we can. We have to move all of our presence from the origin land directly to the target land. We do 1 damage to cities and towns only. If we have 3 sun and a fire, we do 3 damage to invaders, 3 damage to the Han, add a blight without cascading. If we have 4 sun, 2 fire, and an air, 3 fear if this power destroys any invaders, in addition to the fear that you would get from destroying those invaders, and then 5 sun, 3 fire, and 2 air, 1 damage per remaining presence of yours in the target land. Per remaining, I don't know why it wouldn't be remaining. I guess the blight, you add a blight that would destroy your presence. That makes sense, I guess. But 532 is pretty insane. All right, consider a harmonious nature. When your powers would add blight, you may destroy 1 presence instead. So you need 3 sun and an air for that. Now these are fast powers. If we have 3 sun and a water, your powers don't damage or destroy Dahan. If we have 3 sun and a plant, choose another spirit. They add a presence to 1 of your target lands. That has no effect on us at this point, because we have to choose another spirit. And then So yeah, I just don't think we can do that on ourselves. Someone can clarify that for me. I haven't played this true solo yet. And then 3-1-1. So 3 sun, 1 water, and 1 plant. Choose up to 3 of your energy to give up to 3 energy to the chosen spirit. So effectively, we're just trying to get a moon and a water, because it really helps neutralize the negative effects of our powers. Our starting power cards, we have 3 slow and a fast. The fast is a 0 cost card. It gives us a sun and an air. We can target a land where we have a sacred site, because it's a range 0 from a sacred site. Target land must have invaders. We get to generate 2 fear or skip up to 1 ravage action. If we have 5 sun, instead 3 fear, or skip up to 1 invader action. All right, so ravage action is pretty much always going to be what you want to skip, I would say, especially against Habsburg, but who knows. We have Unbearable Gaze is a slow power, cost 1. It has a sun and a fire. Target land is 1 away from a sacred site. Generate 1 fear, then push up to 2 explorers or towns from origin or target land, or 1 explorer or town from each. And then finally we have Wither Bodies, Scar, Stones. It is a slow power, cost 1, has a sun, a fire, and a mountain. Yeah, that's mountain, right? A mountain tag. So slow. It target a land 2 away from where you have a sacred site. You get to do 1 damage and add a Badlands, and then finally focus the sun's rays. It's a 0 cost slow power. It has a sun, a fire, and an air. Slow power up to 2 away from where you have a sacred site. 1 damage, 2 damage to the Han. Move up to 3 of your presence directly to the target land from anywhere on the island, and you may bring 1 Badlands total with those presents. So, yeah, I mean, I do at some point a true solo game we're going to need to get up to a second card play, but I do think that we're going to want to primarily top track this as much as we can early, and get up to at least the 3 power, if not the 3 energy, if not the 4 energy, and any element. And then again, we're just trying to hyper focus on 1 big land problem at a time. So, Socratic Method. Hey, Greg, good luck. I've struggled with this guy. Also, Euthia when? Euthia a while from now, dude. I am. Life happened for me, and I just have games that I love that I know I can get back to, and games that I really need to dig into, and woof, just don't have the bandwidth in my life to really do them justice. So hopefully within the next 6 months. But that's probably the best I can offer at this point. So let's make the magic happen. I do want to get the other reminder token. That's the same color. We'll get one of these. All right. Growth. Oh, the final step of setup, the initial explore. We're exploring into mountains. Mountain. Do do do. So that's going to gather this there. That's only going to do 5 damage, though. I do not mind that blade. I can definitely deal with this. And are we going to... maybe I could skip that action. Man, it's been a while. Not going to lie. Move all your presents. 3 damage to Han. Actually, I can wipe that town out, which is interesting. If I can get the sun. Yeah, because the Badlands starts there. All right, so I'm going to gain a presence. I'm going to add it 2 away. Skipping a ravage action is like, it's interesting, but I kind of want Blight on. Oh, I can't kill that because of friggin' Durable. Is that only inland lands? That's all lands. Nope, that is crap. Yeah, so I can't even kill that dude. What a jerk. So I'm not going to really be able to start killing those dudes until round 3 if I have to worry about the durable mechanic. So that's a problem. If I do 2 damage to this guy, it's not going to matter unless I pushed it into 5, but I can't push it into 5 from there, so that's going to be a problem. Right, because this, I say I do 2 damage to this there, it moves into there after the build, so it's not going to be close to the the thing. The official term is the thing. I could try to load up Badlands in land 2. I don't hate that. So before I add my presence, let me get a power card, see if I can't get a good defend card to start this game that could help with land 3. There is a sun on this. If target land has no blight, add a beast. If target land has exactly 1 blight, remove it. Only can target mountains or wetlands, and I could take that blight off. I'm not sure I want to do that. Wheat for what is lost does not have a sun. Kind of not interested as a result. Call to trade doesn't have a sun, and blah blah blah. Does not have a sun. Yeah, not crazy about anything that does not have a sun this early. So we'll do teeming rivers. I probably won't remove that blight, but I could add a beast into land 5, which isn't super crazy. I mean, getting 3 blight on the board early, well, this makes me add a blight, unless I get a moon instead. None of my cards have moons, so that's something to be aware about. Something to be aware of. 2 or fewer blight. Yeah, I probably want to get 3 blight, right? I probably want to get 3 blight on the board. So I did not get a... I'll just push the 2 towns from 3. At some point have to deal with sand. So I'm going to add a presence. I'm going to add a presence to... Change the cost of the power. You can only repeat power cards. Could potentially repeat this, but again, there's no blight, so it's not going to work. I will... Man, it's been a second since I played this guy. I'll put the 3 energy... 1 damage to cities and towns only. This isn't helpful. It's not even worth doing this. I'll put this up in 6. I think that makes some sense. And then I will play Unbearable Gaze. I'm gonna, oh my bad, presence track. I'm gonna get 2 energy from the top track. We can start doing our elemental checks. So I'm gonna get the sun marker, the fire marker, the air marker, water, and earth. Oh, plant. I have 2 sun and 1 fire. That's going to give me... Cascading Blade's going to be super interesting, isn't it? Actually can move that blight next turn. Yeah, we'll see. That would give me the first level of Scorching Convergence. There's nowhere that makes sense for me to do because adorable, so I'm not going to do that. I would get 2 energy from the presence track. Where the heck is the energy? Did I not take the energy out of the box? Probably not. Did I not? Oh, energy. Energy's over here. So 2 energy, spending 1 for unbearable gaze. We're going to go to the invader steps. There is no blighted island effect. We're going to flip over the top event card without carrying it out. We have no earned fear cards. We're going to do the invader steps. We do a build. We're building a town on land 3. Oh, crap. It's going to build, instead of building a city, it's going to build 2 towns. So I need to skip that ravage action. So let me put this presence here. That's fine. I just won't get a blight. Oh, I'm not getting any blight then. For that escalation. I mean, I could have done 2 damage to this, but it doesn't do anything. Still got 2 more health. With Scorching Convergence, move all your presence directly to target land, 1 damage to cities or towns only. So the problem is if I let this blight, it's going to be already 1 marker against the additional irreparable damage because there's going to be 2 towns and then it's going to add a town. So that's, what were these other power cards? Slow. Yeah, they ain't great. That's fine. We'll have to make it work. So it's going to add a town here. Instead of adding a town, it adds 2 cities here. And then it's going to gather a town after the build step in land order. So 3 gathers from 2. It's 2 damage on there, and 7 gathers from 8. We now do the explore step. We're exploring into wetlands. So explore and explore. Invader cards advance. I'm going to generate 1 fear. I'm going to push these 2 towns from origin land, or 1 in each. Yeah, I'll push these 2 towns into here. And that is all of my powers. Those are my slow powers. Let me get this moved up here. That'll make sense. There's my discard. And that's the end of the first turn. Next turn. Kinda. Could go majors. I think I need to skip that in ravage action in 7. This guy heals. One damage. I'm going to top track this, get 3 energy. I'm going to add this presence here. And it's not insane to get a major, but it gets expensive. Get a minor, so I'm going to do growth option B again. Ooh, territorial strife. Yes, please. Targeted land with a city. Do 3. That's only going to be land 2, though, so that's not great. It's a bad draw. I mean, it could use it just to wipe out pretty much everything that's gonna be in 2 and then get rid of that card. I'll take Territorial Strife. I could just use it to get rid of a major. I'm gonna play Blinding Glare. And no defend powers again. That's my card play. Same elements. We have 2. Actually, we have 2 and 1 again. We're gonna get that third sun next turn. I could do 2 damage somewhere. It's not super helpful. I don't have a Badlands there. That's fine. We are going to skip 1 Ravage action in land number 7 because I don't want to get irreparable damage going yet. That's done. Scorching Convergence. There is no... I mean, I could again do 2 damage to one of these towns with Scorching Convergence. It's 1 damage plus 1 because of the Badlands, and that's done. Move these reminder tokens to over here. Put these cards out a little bit better. We're gonna do the excuse me, the invader phase. Nothing. Drawing the event card. Stage 1. We are in stage 2. Invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Interesting. So stage 2 because it goes by that. So that is a reminder we're going to need to remember. I will take some extra reminder tokens from here. So ravaging, that's in effect. Weaseling outbreak. On each board, add a disease to the jungle or wetland with the most cities or towns. I don't have any cities or towns in the jungle or wetland, so that sucks. And then 10 the land. On each board, remove a blade from a land with at least 2 Dahan. I do not want to do that, but I have to do that. That is going to change how that was going to play out in land 5 next turn, which is a little gross. All right, so we're ravaging. They're ravaging +1 here. So Blight kills the Dahan. Dahan retaliates and kills that explorer. They're not ravaging there because we skipped that. So we've taken care of this card. We're building. We're building a town in 5. We're building a town in 8. Oh, man. What's gross about that blight going away is that I could have gathered this town and absolutely have killed it. Because it has 2 damage and it would have moved to a land that had a blight. So the fact that I removed the blight from there is not the greatest. Land board order. This gathers a town. This gathers a town. We explore. Exploring into mountains. We get an explorer there, an explorer there. And we have like 0 blight on the board, so we're adding 2 towns to the land without towns. Blight. I will add 1 to here and 1 to here. With the fewest towns or blight. So that's done. End of the round. This gets discarded. This comes here. We have 4 cards. Let's see what happens. I don't mind a blight there, and I don't mind a blight there. I don't love losing those Dahan, but I'm not really a Dahan guy anyway. So whatever. This dude freaking heals, which is super annoying. But now we definitely have some big problems that we're going to need to start addressing. All right, that's only. Oh, it's +2. Because it was adjacent town. That was the first ravage. So it was 1 + 1 + 2. So that the Han's also dead. And the explorer survived. Habsburg 6. Where's the ravage reminder? It's got to be a ravage reminder, right? Yep, there you go. I felt like I was forgetting something. So that ravaged 1 + 1 + 2, which would have killed it. Right, okay, that makes more sense. Was it inland lands? Nope. Wolf. This is ravaging 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is ravaging 7. I'm okay with both of those. But clearly we need to start wiping some things out. 3 damage. So that's gonna. Ugh, woof. That's gonna build 2 more towns. This is not going well. 3 damage to invaders. They had a blight without cascading. That will be good to get out. Might be going blighted on the card already. But if I have a moon, I could prevent the blight by destroying a presence from anywhere. Then when I reclaim cards, it lets me add the destroyed presence back. So I think I'm tempted to Major's dive here. Do I want to Major's dive? Getting up to any will be really good. We're 2 rounds from that. 4 energy off, 3 more energy. Just kind of turn Gaze into a Major Spirit. Don't hate it. Would like a sun and a moon. Yeah, fast damage would be good. Alright. I'm going to gain a power card, getting a Majors. Forest Living Acidity, add a Blight, push all the Han, 1 damage to each invader. If you have 2, 3, 3, that's a thing. Wrap some wings of sunlight. That gives me a sun as well. Jesus, this gives me a sun, but it doesn't like blight. That's a problem. And this is not of a sun. So Tiger's Hunting gives me a moon as well. 2 fear, add a beast, gather up to a beast, 1 damage per beast, push 2 beast. If I have, I won't have the kicker on that ever. Two. Add a Badlands, plus the 1 damage each invader. Plus 1 damage each invader. The Sun Moon I like. I'm not sure I want to go blight it out this freaking early. But Tiger's Hunting isn't gonna do a lot for me because I can't target a land. I need presence and forest, and I can't target land with blight, so that's bad. Replace one blight with a wild. 1 fear, 3 damage. Pushed out wilds. Just does not hit my elements at all. So they're ravaging 7. I could do a defend 5, which doesn't do much for me. I would also need a presence there. Not sure the defend 5 helps. So forest wins by process elimination here. I'm going to get rid of teeming rivers. These are all slow. We're going to need presence. Just not going to have a freaking Badlands there. Woof. Don't have to do the 3 damage here because I don't want to add a blight, but I do want to add a blight. All right, I'm going to add a presence to if the origin land is your sacred site. I'm going to get 3 energy. Let me take that. I just want to have the moon. I'll get the moon next turn. I can start doing this. I'm just trying to figure out if I can avoid going Blighted Island. I just don't think that's happening. There's no major upside to trying to prevent it. It's going to happen at some point. We are playing Habsburg. Three damage. Start killing these guys. That's fine. I will put this here. And we'll make... No, this doesn't. Three damage to invaders. Just seems like such a waste. Yeah, I've got to add a blight there. That's fine. It's the only way that's going to work. All right, so I'm going to play this card with a 4 energy. Element check. We have 3 sun, 1 fire. I could start tracking Earth. It's going to be hard to get that, but here we are. I'm going to do Scorching Convergence here. I'm going to move all my presence from Origin Land. The Origin Land is there. I do 1 damage to cities and towns only. And then I could do 3 damage to invaders. And add a blight without cascading. Ooh, is that worth it? Yeah, it's pretty inefficient, but there's really no better way to do this. Could I could try to get a fear card. It's fine. I'll kill both of these. Nope, never mind. They're durable still. Well, never mind. I'll do 1 more damage to that guy, 2 damage to that guy, and then I add a blight from here. That destroys my presence. I also deal 3 damage to invaders, 3 damage to Dahan. There are no Dahan, but I destroy these 2 towns now because they both had 2 damage on them, and now they lose durable because of that blight. The blight again did destroy my presence, and that's going to generate 2 fear. Which, with the beast on the board, maybe I'll get a fear card, which could be super helpful. We're going to go to the invader phase. There is no blighted island effect. We're going to have our, nope, that's the wrong thing. We're going to have our event card. Stages 2. If the island is healthy, on each board, choose a land with explorers and towns. With cities and towns and rapids there. If the island is blighted, push 1 town. What? That's garbage. Oh, that's really dumb. And it is blight. Yeah, I mean, it's just, that sucks. So we're gonna be really blighted. So stage 2 escalation is not a thing we'll have to deal with anymore. So if the island is healthy, and each board choose a land with cities and towns and rapids there. So I will ravage here. On each board, choose destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Doesn't do anything. At each land with 3 or more Dahan. That's also not a thing. Coordinated strikes. We do not have 3 Dahan at any one land, so that is out. Right, because he ravaged 4. I'm like, where did those 2 Dahan go? Yeah, he ravaged 4, and that sucked. No earned fear cards. We're going to go to the ravage step. We are ravaging here. It's ravaging 7, so it's not 8. It does go to Blighted Island. Memory fades to dust at the start of an invader phase. Each spirit forgets a power or destroys one of their presence. One of the OGs. We get 4 blight on this card. I feel like I've gotten this card a ton lately. And I'm going to put a reminder token on the event deck. Because of that, try to color coordinate these reminders. We're going to ravage here. It's ravaging 7, kills these 2 Dahan. Adds blight. That's our 5th blight on the board. And I'm going to put something covering over the blight in the box so I don't take it from the box. All right, ravage step is done. We are going to do the build step. Oh, that was dumb. I would have not done this. I would have left him with 1 health. I would have just killed the 2 explorers and just had the 1 town die. That would have made a lot more sense. Because now it's going to build a city. And I'm going to generate more fear this way. So that's 2 towns. Building a town in land 3. Gathering a town. Gather a town from 4. Gather a town from 7. Or from 8 into 7. We are exploring into jungles. Escalation triggers, we have 5 blight on the board, so we don't add any more towns. Beta cards advance. I'm going to do Forest of the Living Obsidian, I'm sorry, in land 7. That lets me add a Badlands. And then I could do, since my origin land has a sacred site, I can do 2 damage to each thing. I would have to push all the Han. These land towns are not durable because there is a blight there. So they're all dead. That's 4 fear. So 2 down, remainder 2. We get our first fear card finally. And that's the end of that. Woof. Have not seen the chat in a while. Sorry about that. Madi, that was a crazy event. You would have lost on turn 2 if you weren't skipping the Ravage in 7. I forgot about the Farflung Herds. That would have been a Blight in 3 anyway, regardless of event. Tabletop Troubadour, I'm missing these stealth solo playthroughs pop-ups. I need more to be attentive. Jason Forrest is so good. And Madi says Scorching is slow. Yeah, Scorching is fairly slow. So, Goddess, I really want to get that any just to give me some flexibility with my with consider a harmonious nature, and then we'll see if we can't get up to 2 card plays. But in the meantime, like I think we're okay. I do have to worry about Blight Cascades. Obviously, 3's looking pretty rough. Oh shit, this is slow. I don't know. I did that whole thing wrong. I forgot this is slow. In my whole head, it hasn't done anything. I've been under planning. Right. I'm so used to fast innates. I could have been making better use of it. In theory, I just haven't done anything with it. Move all your presence from origin land to target land, 1 damage. I haven't had a right. I couldn't have done anything with it. So in a sense, I haven't. This round, I would have. It doesn't change the end result there. I would have had 1 more town. I still generated the fear. I would have added the blight because of that power. So yeah, I just gotta remember that's slow. I'm sorry. That's unusual. I feel like most of the Nature Incarnate spirits, their innates are fast. Am I making this up? I'm probably making this up. Oh, Rising Heat slow. What's going on? Greg's just playing bad, guys. All right, so that's slow. It hasn't affected anything. Literally, we've had 3 turns. I haven't killed anything with it until this turn. I added a blight. I could have done that before or after. It still builds 2 towns instead of a city. It didn't generate any fear to give me a fear card. So we're good. So definitely sorry about that. Let's try to start repeating some things, right? I don't know. This is a destroy presence. Let me get this somewhere else before I use it. Yeah, I'm not getting great fast powers, but I think we'll be okay. We are, so it's ravaging a bunch there, and obviously I just need to find a way to snuff it out, and that being slow sucks. It's ravaging 8 there, because of course it is. So we're at the mercy of the deck. Helpful. That's slow. Alright, so a bunch of fast powers here. We have Unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone after the next invader phase on any turn with no Ravage build actions in target land. 3 fear, 12 damage, add a beast. Woof. You may push that beast, add 1 fear and 2 damage in the land. Mark it with a beast. The beast can't leave the island. Each slow phase, you may push the marked beast. 1 fear and 2 damage. What the hell? Okay, that's just a bunch of craziness. If this power, we have focus the land's anguish. If this power destroys any cities or towns, 5 fear, got up to 5 blight, 1 damage from blight, and then 3 thing. That's actually a great card. Just not what I need right now. This is 2 damage, then either add 3 wilds or remove a blight. If you have 3, I think I have to use that one. It's the only thing that's going to save the game. And then weave together a land, target land, and a land adjacent to become a single land. Isolate the join land if it has invaders, but I need 4 air for the kicker. So that's that. You're not gonna do much good for me ever. So we're dropping territorial strife. I'm going to add this presence somewhere. I'll add it here. I'm getting 4 energy. I unearthed an any. I'm going to make that a sun. We're going to go over here. I have 3 suns, 1 moon, or 1 fire, and 1 earth. Or plant. It's like earth, it's different. It does give me this again, which I'm going to need to start using. And it gives me, I don't have the moon, which I do want. I don't have a water, which I would want too, but we have to start doing this. So we have this. 2 fear. I might not even repeat this. I think this will be fine. All right, so this is a fast power, actually a fast power this time, guys. We're gonna do 2 damage, which kills this town, generates a fear, and then either add 3 wiles or remove a blight. I'll remove the blight. I could spend 4 energy to repeat that to do. Ooh. I just let that blight come back. I think I'm fine with that. Because it's still gonna blight. It's still ravaging 6. Yeah, we're good with that. I'm just gonna do it once. And call it a day. Yeah, I could have done a lot of things different there last turn. Didn't have to put the presence there. Yeah, just realizing this was slow instead of fast it really changed a lot of things for the worse. Surprisingly, just with the adorable mechanic and whatever, but who knows? Might be rather. I mean, didn't give me an advantage. It might be this been remarkably similar game state had I realized, but it feels like I did something very wrong, and that's not great. So we're gonna do at the beginning of this phase. I need to forget a power card or destroy one of my presents. I will forget a power card. I'm essentially never just skipping a ravage action anymore. I need to do things that have abilities. We are going to go to the event card. Missionaries arrive. Of course, I have. No, Sons of Play is fine. We're gonna do missionaries arrive. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna spend the 1 energy. I have 1, 2, 3. Wait, I have 1, 2, 3 Sons in play. I'm spending the energy for a 4th. Each spirit can add a disease to a land with a city. It's gonna have to go there. 2 fear per player. That's another. So 2 fear, 1 remainder 1. That's another fear card. During the next time our ravaged cities do +3 damage, does not have any impact. And then Prey and the Unwary, each beast destroys an explorer. That's super helpful. And then that's done. Otherwise, again, missionaries arrive. If I didn't have the sons, it would have to come back and blah blah blah. But it's clearly the missionaries were scared off by how hot it was in this island here. We're going to get our fear cards. Terror level 1. Each player may gather a town into a coastal land. Sure. That's fine with me. Plan for departure. And next is Terror level 1. Distracted by local troubles in each board in a land matching a ravage card. 1 damage. Okay. Great. Wiped out that. Explore. We are ravaging here. We are ravaging there, but there's nothing there to ravage. This ravaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we're not worried about irreparable damage. We're building, nothing to build there. We're building a town here. We are then going to gather in land board order. We're going to gather this town. And this town, we're exploring coastal lands. No escalation, but one of them mattered. Anyway, 1, 2, and 3. Beta cards advance. I'm going to move all my presents into here. Coastal lands is super interesting. Because I'm doing Scorching Convergence. I do 1 damage to cities and towns only. Then I could do 3 more damage. I'm going to do 2 damage to each town, obviously. 3 damage to the Dahan. The Dahan is out. But then I do have to add a Blight, which just destroys my presence. And all we have left there is 2 Explorers, which would be enough to make me lose this game. Alright, that's 2 Fear, because I killed these 2 towns. And we just added the Blight. Being able to not add the Blight will be super helpful, but we'll see if I can get that ability back. This will go here. Alright, I think we try to make a play for 2 card plays. And we'll see. Pulled the wrong thing for that. This will go back here. What's about to kill me is a good question. Those are both going to Blight Cascade, because we have Blight everywhere. This is ravaging a total of 4. This is ravaging a total of 4. I have a bunch of slow powers. We're going to get 4 energy from the top track, any element I want. I'm going to add a presence from the bottom track and probably gain a power card. So I will gain I think a major still makes sense. I am getting rid of a power card like every turn right now. Talons of Lightning, it is fast. It can only target a wetlands or a mountain. Blood Rack Plague. For each, interesting, I could defend 2 there, which isn't super helpful. Oh, crap. When that revealed, we have to add a city to a coastal land without cities. And 3 towns to the 3 inland lands with the fewest blight. So 1, 2, 3. Great. Super fun. This is up. You have 1 more stage 2 card. Trying to figure out how that would help me. Analyzing, paralyzing fright. Skip all actions for fear. And transformative sacrifice. Targets may remove up to 3 of their presence from anywhere on the island, and for each removed presence, they can take a minor power and play it for free. So when you take a minor power, you literally just take the top card off the deck. It's very gambly. Before taking cards, they may also remove a presence from their track. Oh, that's interesting. So, gonna have to make this a sun again. Wouldn't mind a moon. The only thing that's giving me a moon is that, which is really weird. Removing presence is not great, though. That's not helpful. Defending 2 anywhere is not going to be helpful. I'm not going to be able to get the kicker of that, so that's not helpful. Jesus. I take Paralyzing Fright. Hopefully I can do something with that town. I don't have a much better idea right now. Alright, I gotta lose a power card. I'll lose this one. The repeat only can work in the same land, so that's not super helpful. I'm going to generate 4 fear, which gives me a fear card. And we're skipping all actions here. That'll prevent the build as well. Element check. I have this as a slow power. Oh, I still can add a presence. I will add this presence to here, just to... Nope, that's not gonna do much. Yeah, we'll do it there anyway. Just in case the fear card targets that land, I would like another fear card, but that's going to be tough. I had to remove a presence. I already forgot a power card, so we did the memory fades to dust. So I've forgotten. Oh no, did I take? Did I? Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gained. I've forgotten 3 cards. Did I forget a power card because the memory fades to dust yet? I can't remember. I don't think I did. So I should have forget. I have to forget another card because the memory fades to dust. I'm gonna forget Wither Bones. Gives me Focus the Sun's Rays. No, I'll get rid of Focus the Sun's Rays. That's fine. Alright, Memory Fades to Dust is done. We now go to the event. New species spread. You gotta be kidding me, guys. So we got missionaries and this. Great. And they have absolutely no moons. Not seeing a moon at all. I have can't forget a card. I only have 3 energy. So woof. Yeah, this is an awful event. Alright, for each board, just going to top mine a power. If it's fast, add a blight to a land with cities and towns. So we're letting the invasive species bloom. Is this fast? Of course it's fast. Blight to a land with cities and towns, which means I can't do Scorching Convergence. That's such a garbage card, man. All right, whatever. On half of the boards, rounding up, add a disease to a land with both cities, invaders, and Dahan. 2 damage to the Dahan. I have no Dahan left. Don't have 2 Dahan on my lands. Tall Times of Savaries. Yeah, I'm going to lose anyway. Because that's going to Blade Cascade. Woof. Alright. Well, let's run it back. Because that was a very unsatisfying game. Just on multiple levels of unsatisfying. So we can leave the disease. Town. That. 2 presents. Beast will stay there. Blight. Let's run it back. We want the world to know. Alright, that's going to go there. 1 town stays here. Yeah, there's some rough events. I mean, even I was able to deal with the one pretty quick, but I'm losing power cards like crazy because of memory fades to dust. Just some things, and again, forgetting the mechanics down here definitely didn't help. Power card draws were fine. Could have been probably a bit better. So that's here. First time I played Gaze, I drew Indomitable Claim, repeating that it's nuts on Sun, 40 defense and 82 presence. Hansi says, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening to you. Yeah, I'm definitely repeating this once more. I definitely need to eat food. I should have eaten before. Should have eaten before I started this. But yeah, new species spread. Ravage car from the beginning. Just like the number of things that were just really unfortunate. Disease, Badlands. That's right. These can come off. So there's 3 towns on the board. These can come off. Get my cards back. There's a little memory here. I mean, and the crazy thing is like getting majors that I didn't want. Like if I had more sons, I could have added if I had more sons than on the cards I was getting, I could have made that a moon, which would have prevented me from having to add a blight from Scorching Convergence. So there was like some interplay that just wasn't really coming together. But it's just everything's so like every power being slow is pretty wild. Yeah, I kind of like board C is interesting because you're like, oh, cool, I can really start spamming some things and trying to wipe out land 2. But I think with Habsburg, you got to get some things under control before that card comes out that adds a city and 3 towns. And I had really nothing under control, which is a problem. I also managed to kill a Dahan with Sun my first game. Took me a few games to get used to Sun. Yeah, like I'm definitely not an expert by any means. And again, I've been pretty intentional in limiting my plays of these Nature Incarnate spirits before I'm putting them on the channel because I just find some of them so strong. Oh, that was dumb. I had to shuffle the entire deck when I haven't added all the cards back. Good game, Greg. I play games once or twice. I know how to play games. Let's play games. You know, I know the first time I played Sun, I treated them very similar to other spirits, where I was bottom tracking to get to 2 card plays, and I just was like, nah, that's not the answer. And then I was like, all right, but you know, in that relentless punishment, it's like so funny, like it just wasn't really never came into play for me. Just the way the terrain cards played out. Again, I do think I made it worse and didn't see some possible combinations by forgetting that Scorching Convergence is slow and not fast. So I think I did it again. What is wrong with me? I think realizing that will help. The littlest things. No other game, like, I think, has a butterfly effect like Spirit Island, where it's like you forgot you had this one power, and that would have done this, which could have done this, and that would have prevented this 4 turns later. There's also the other way. It's like, oh, you accidentally cheated here, and you targeted the land you couldn't, and that prevented all this other stuff that would have absolutely killed you. So it is what it is. All right. This is the minor power deck shuffled. Major power deck will be shuffled. I am surprised there isn't a growth option that gives you +1 card play, but I guess like thematically it makes sense. But like, yeah, if you're going to design a spirit that's literally only doing 1 card play, where you're just trying to have that intensity of like a microscope onto one land a turn, this makes a lot of sense. Oh, God, shuffling, man, that's like the 4th time I'm shuffling without actually getting the cards back in the deck. This is great. It's a stellar display of gaming excellence right here. All right. Did not even get through stage 2. Woof. All right, this goes here. Shuffle these bad boys up. All right, event cards are shuffled. Fear cards. 5, 6, 3. Okay, there's so many in between stage 2 and stage 3. Remember, by the time you get to stage 3, there's not many cities on this board, so it makes sense. So you usually get to stage 3, you're terror level 3. Usually get to terror level 3, you're pretty much 1. Because Habsburg does not build a lot of cities. Yeah, part of that last game could be just to get me forgetting, just haven't played Habsburg. I haven't played this version of Habsburg in a minute. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll leave the stage 3 cards, as I have not gotten into them at all. Stage 2 cards. It's 5 here, rolling the die. That's a 6, not helpful. That's a 1. Bottom card's out. Gonna add this card right above the last stage 2 card. And then we have these 4. Rolling a die, it's a 3. That card's out. Rolling a die, 3, 4. And then I'll just randomize these. 4, 5, 6, and then 1. Use this card to cover up the blight in the box. So I have some blight here. Put that in there. And we're good to go. Initial Explore is mountains. Tell me if you've seen this story before. Get my presence off the board. Mountains? Let's try something different, guys. How about that? Explorer there, Explorer here. You have to get some Dahan on the board. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. And 1. Woo! All right. I think we're going to have to... God, the way Hazard just adds towns is so dirty. There's not going to be any blight there. So that's not great. Yeah, mountains might be the worst setup in all this, if I'm being real. Because it just doesn't have blight, so I'm just kind of sitting there like, what am I doing? Badlands damage, none of that makes any sense. Could push these guys around. But remember, you push, it still got the +2 even if it's just an explorer, so one explorer is doing 3 damage. And that's gonna get expensive. If I push 1 out of there, so at least it's not doing 8 damage. That's not crazy, but again, the range is a problem. Hmm. Because that town's definitely going there. It's so annoying. Can repeat that. No, I can't. Push 1 from origin and 1 from target. But then it's I have to target the same land. Damn. Oh, I could have done that last game. All right. This will work a little better. I missed this combo last time. So, I'm going to get 1 energy from the presence track. No, I'm going to get 2. So I'm going to add a presence. Get 2 energy from the presence track. Play Unbearable Gaze again. I'm going to get a minor power. Gift of Twin Days. I can give myself a second card play. That's interesting. The rest of these are not great. Scour the land fast is interesting. All right, I'm taking Spur on with Words of Courage. That could be helpful. Element check. We have 2 sun and a fire. And we're good. So I have this. We're going to do the invader phase. We're going to flip over the top event card, not carry it out. It would have been no bravery without numbers. We're doing the invader steps. Town. 2 towns. Gather a town. Gather a town. Explore step. Sands. 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 So our last stage 1 card, invader cards advance. I'm going to, oh, I never put my presence on the board. I would have put it here. I'm going to target land 3, and this is now origin. It's not going to work. I was thinking I could. I think I could repeat it, but then I could do the 2 damage as it goes through, but that's not going to work. So I think the better thing I could have done is this. I could have played Spur. That gives me 3 sun. And it lets me play another card paying its cost, which I would have played Unbearable Gaze. The 3 sun and that gives me some more flexibility. So what I could have done now is generate 1 fear, push these 2, or push 1 and 1. I'll push those 2. And then I'm going to do Scorching Convergence here. It does 1 damage, which becomes 2 because it's a Badlands. And then 3 damage to invaders. 3 damage to the Han. There are no Dahan. So we're going to do 1 more damage to this town, 2 damage to this town. I add a Blight without cascading. It does destroy my presence there. But that immediately kills both these towns, which gives me 2 fear. And since there's not an adjacent town, that guy's only doing 1 damage next turn. So, sorry, it took me a second to figure out how I could make that work. But yeah, Spur On worked out really well, only because it gave me the elements, which gave me 2 card plays, which gave me the ability to hit the 2nd level of that. I put another Blight on the board, whatever. I'm going to get a Blight here for sure. And then I might just let that go toward my 1 for the game, which I'm fine with. And then I won't have to worry about the escalation happening twice. It'll just happen once. And that should work okay. These are out. This comes down. We go to round 2. I'm going to gain a power card. Minor. No sun. No sun. No sun. No sun. Woof. Invaders do not build. 1 fear. Target land has to have the Han. That's going to have super limited ability. This has super limited ability. Target 5. If I have an air, gain a thing. I will not have an air. That has super super limited abilities. Gather a blight. Isolate target land. Yeah, this is a freaking unbelievably bad. Not the draw of dreams. Well, that was craptastic. Target land, 2 fear. I don't. Whatever. It's a bad draw. Bad draw. All right, we'll get. Invaders don't build could be interesting. But even that's not that helpful. And target land don't need a Dahan. Yeah, it's just really gross. Trap the Force of Corruption makes sense. But even that's going to be super limited. It doesn't really hit my elements at all. So, bah. Great. I'm going to play Wither Bones, Scar Stones. I'm adding a presence here. That gives me 2 sun, 2 fire. And I'm going to get 3 energy from the presence track. And I'm spending 1 for Wither Bones. Alright, Invader phase. I'm going to flip over the event. Healthy Island. For the rest of this turn, towns and cities have +1 health, because of course they do. Prey on the unwary. Each beast destroys an explorer. Coming of age, on each board add a Dahan to a coastal land. With Dahan, I will add it here, I guess. Ravaging. Dead. There's only Ravaging 1. Ravaging, blighting there. Well, that's 1. That's our it. That's our 1 shot. So don't let that happen again. Building, disease comes off. Building, town. After the build step, no towns to gather there. This town gets gathered here. Explore step, mountains, wolf, explore, explore. We have to add a town to a land without towns or blight. We'll add it to land. The +1 damage is super amazing. We'll add it to land 3. Done. We don't have to do that twice because we have 3 blight on the board. I'm going to do... This has 4 health now. City. It's fine. I'm going to do... Add a blight. Badlands. And that's doing 4. It's so... That extra damage is so gross. And since I have 3, I can repeat this card. But now there's a town here, so that's going to be Ravaging 3, which is super problematic. Oh, I do have this. Just the top level. That's fine. So we'll do it this way. I'm going to do Scorching Convergence here. It does 2 damage. This thing has 2 health left. Then I'm going to add a Badlands here, and then I'm going to pay 1 +1 for the second use to do 1 damage here. That 1 damage becomes 3. This has 2 health left, and this guy's dead. So there's nothing ravaging there. That's 2 fear, remainder 1 fear card. Again, you can repeat immediately after you do something once. And it just costs you 1, the cost of the card +1. But you need to have 3 presence from the origin land. The origin land and the target land there were the same. Scorching Convergence requires you to move presence, but only if you're moving it to a different target land from the origin land, which I did not. So this is going to build a city because it's coastal. It's only inland where they build towns. This is a big problem. I think I have to bring this. I think I have to play this, which isn't great, but we're going to have to play it out and see what happens. That's gonna blight and kill something, but it's only blighting 7, not 8, unless the event card decides to screw me. And what I remember, that had an extra health because of the event, not anything else. We're adding this. We're gonna get 3 energy. I think I should gain a major. Try to look ahead to next turn. So I'm going to add a presence. I'll add this presence 2 away. I will add it to the center. It doesn't really matter. It's ravaging 3 here. That's not bad. No, never mind. It's not ravaging at all there. I'll add this presence there. I'll gain a power card. No, I had a presence that was destroyed. I'm sorry. That's just off. That's out of the game. I'll gain a major. Mist of Oblivion. Ooh. Ooh. Gathering Blight isn't great. Infinite Vitality can be. Oh, that's pretty wild. That's a huge card. So I can get the kicker next turn. No, I can't. Damn it. I'll be close, but I won't be able to get it. I'll have 3 sun, 2 fire, and 1 animal. I need 4 sun. I could get the 1 or the 1. I just can't get both. That's still such a sick card. Could reclaim. Unless I plan on skipping next turn. Instruments is so great. If I can get the 4/2/2, it's just, I'm like so far away from it though. I'm like 3 turns. So I just don't think Instruments is gonna be great. I think Focus the Land's Anguish is just too strong. Just too much more powerful for what I want it for. So I'm definitely adding Blight. The problem is I don't want all the Blight to be in one spot. But I think Focus the Land's Anguish is just gonna have to win out, but instruments is really tempting. I'm gonna forget unbearable gaze. We're playing focus the sun's rays. We added the presence. I'm gonna add the presence. We're gonna be able to get a billion presents in there anyway. So I do. Oh man. I'll add it here because I'm going to be able to move a bunch of stuff in a second. And I think that will just give me more flexibility. All right. We go to the invader phase. We pull the event card. New species spread. How? I'm going to forget Shadows of the Burning Forest. It's 4 energy, aided by moon. 1 fear per player. So that's my 1 moon for the last 2 games. 1 fear per player. Oh, element threshold. I have 1, 2, 3 sun. And 1, 2, and 1. So I could have this level of scorching convergence if I want it. 1 fear per player, which I did. Add on each board, add a beast to a land with cities and towns. I'll add this beast here. New disease on half the boards, and rounding up, add a disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders. 2 damage to Dahan there. This one is dying anyway. Oh. That does 3 damage. 1 lives. Prevent the city. That makes more sense. But he's dying anyway. Woof. If I get a defend. Yeah, I'll put it. Man, yeah, I'm just counting all of Dahan. It doesn't matter. That goes there. Each row 2 Dahan minus lands. Definitely not me. Would have gained an energy. That's out. Fear card. Tall Tales of Savagery. Each player removes an explorer from a land with Dahan. I'll remove this guy. Done. Ravaging, Blight, Dead. Well, first, Land effect, Unnatural Proliferation. Immediately, each spirit adds a presence to a land with presence. Hello. Yes, please. On each board, add a Dahan to a land with Dahan. Add 2 cities to the land with the fewest towns and cities, minimum 1. Woof. Only 3 blight. Yeah, that ain't good. That is not good. Do it here. Okay, that's fine. Still don't have a moon. Man, I need moon so bad. That's fine. So Ravage, Blighted Island, this Dahan's dead. Build, Disease comes off. Building 2 towns here. Gather actions, gathering a town. We do to the Explore step. Coastal lands. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I'm going to do focus this. Oh, this goes away. Focus the sun's rays. I'm targeting here. I'm going to do 1 damage. Move up to 3 presence directly to target land from anywhere. I can bring a Badlands with one of those. I'm going to pay the cost of this to do it again. I'm going to do 1 damage. I could kill the city. Yeah, let me do 1 damage, which becomes 2 because now there's a Badlands there. So I kill that city, 2 fear card. And I could bring things. I could bring 1 Badlands total with any of those presents. I will absolutely do that. So now we have 2 Badlands there. And 2 presents, which is perfect. Done. Next round. Oh, crap. I could do that now. I don't want to add another blade. I could. Adding another blight is so gross. I'm going to do it anyway. So we're going to go here. So we're going to do Scorching Convergence on land 1. Bring all this stuff up. 1 damage to cities and towns only. There are no cities and towns. 3 damage to invaders. 3 damage to Dahan. And then add a blight without cascading. Blight from here kills the presence. My second kills presence. Both of them because of Scorching Convergence. Not having a moon has been very detrimental. Alright. Seeing the power cards. I'm sorry. Fewest. Oh, Madi's right. Crap. The 2 cities. Crap. Sorry. That was like this. The 2 cities had to go to 3. Because the fewest cities or towns, so it had to go to. It had to go to 3. My bad. So when I added the Badlands there, I still want to do that because I'm trying to set up Scorch to focus the Lands Anguish. But I might not do this. Um, so when I did focus Lands, so I did 1 damage and then 2 damage. Would have killed 1 town and an explorer. So that's only 1 fear. And then oof, I could have moved these 3 down here. Done 3 damage to the Han is absolutely gross. Oh, but it's my own power, so I can actually spread that out. I'm not forced to do that efficiently, so I can keep all of the Han alive. I can do 1 damage when I come in, and then 3 damage. And then add a blight. That's gross. 1 damage to these towns only. And then 3 damage. Adding a blight without escalate, without cascading. It's bad. So it's going to be ravaging 5 and blight cascading. Shit. Which would kill me. It's a good catch by Marty, but it makes my head hurt now. This already had the blight. If I let that ravage 8, I lose. Planning to wipe out everything there with Focus of Land's Anguish next turn. Which I might not even be able to, but I'm going to try. Still not going to have a freaking moon. It's so bad. So essentially going to do 4 damage here, and it's going to be not enough to really do anything good. Right now this is ravaging 9. Yeah, it is really no good answer here. Because I have to play both of these cards. Remember, the next card is going to add adds a city and 3 towns. Woof. Not good. I mean, it's if you can't get a moon, I think with any like heavy blight adversary, you're just gonna be effed because you're getting down to 1 blight left in that card when my powers are all making me put a blight. So I just feel like the spirit's like it's been in my experience been like 1 round behind where I want it to be, but then it has this like a really sick late game. It's a little bit like Vengeance in that, but Vengeance I think is a little less dependent on the magic of power draws. Because Vengeance at least is you're more focused. Like you always want that sun fire. Here it's like you want sunfire and a moon, or sunfire and a water. Um, yeah, just gotta get lucky. There's really no good way around this. So moving in here, all of this, adding a blight, doing 4 damage essentially. Since the blight was there, I will kill this city and this explorer, and that is 2 fear, remainder 1. So now it's only ravaging 5, so at least I'll live to fight another day. These heal. And we go to the next round. I'm adding a presence. I'm going to get 2 card plays. And I'm going to gain a power card, or I want to get double energy. And move up to 3 presence. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, double energy, so 6 energy. Adding a presence here, then moving up to 3 energy. I'll do that. 5 energy here. We'll check our elements. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sun, 1 fire, 1 air. It gives me. I don't have 5 sun. Woof. Gives me this. Gives me this. Not getting a power card. All right. Thank you again, Mari. Let's make the magic happen, shall we? We have no Blight Allowed effect that continues, so we go right to the event. Stage 2 on each board with exactly 1 coastal city. Add 1 town to a coastal land without a city, of course. I killed that city, now we only had 1. I have to add this to a thing without a coastal city. Great, gonna go there. Stricken. In lands with disease and strife, invaders skip ravage actions. Does not apply. Oh, fast powers. I'm sorry. Still. So I have this. Oh, I don't have that. I have this. And I'm going to skip a ravage action here. Obviously. All right. Great. On each board, choose a land with towns and Dahan. Push 1. That's where I'm going to lose. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. I could push this town to here. And yeah, this Blight Cascade absolutely kills me. That's what I was worried about. Fear card. Sense of Dread. Terror level 1. Each player remove 1 explorer from a land matching a Ravage card. And indeed, that lets me remove this explorer. And they Ravage. And I Blight Cascade there. Woof. Blight Cascade. And dead. And scene. Blight Cascade, we lose. Had I not lost there, we would have had a build. This would have done 3. Well, that that would have been ravaging 5 now because we just had to add those 2 stupid towns. Right? Because 1. What added those towns? Add a town. Oh yeah, so 1 and then I pushed. So either way, we were getting screwed. So ravaging 5. They're both dead. This retaliates, doesn't kill anything. And then it would have built a town, built a city, built a town, gather. This would have gathered this from there. Nothing else can gather because it can't match. We go to explore. We would have an explorer here, an explorer here. We don't have to worry about the escalation because we have more than 4 blights. Invader cards would have advanced. This would have come out. We have to add a city to a coastline without a city. Add a town to the 3 lands with the fewest blight. So 1, 2, and 3. That's out. We go to slow powers. I could have gathered all this blight here, which is probably not a great idea. But essentially, I'm doing 2 damage per blight plus 2 damage because I have Badlands there, so it would have been 10 damage with the 4 blight, which would have killed 5 towns. So that would have been fear card, then another remainder of 2. And then I'm super limited because I'd have to add another blight. So like, yeah, you just really need a moon. But I mean, the only way to guarantee a moon is going there. But then you're not getting the 2 card plays. I wonder the win rate with this guy, True Solo. I found him very effective in a 2-handed playthrough once I figured him out my second time around. But like True Solo, you really got an interesting puzzle here that I do like. I mean, I just don't find him over. I mean, I know Dan Gilligan was talking about his experience with him and Behemoth. Like Behemoth is just stupid, like how strong he is. So I think this is a cool little puzzle. I mean, I don't mind it. This is probably just a bad matchup, to be honest, because the durable mechanic really affects things. You can't use the Han, you can't set up retaliates. I think my approach this time was better than the first game, and it helped that I actually played the rules right, but still just not getting cards with the moon. I mean, I don't know how many sun moon combos there are, but I think if you see one, it's like unlock the gates, solidify choices of Echo's past is a new card. I don't know very well. Trees radiate celestial brilliance. There you go. Fragments of yesteryear. Tigers hunting, but it's kind of useless against Habsburg. Twisted Flowers Murmur Ultimatums would be great. Unleash a Torrent would be great. I mean, there's a number of cards in here that could be really helpful with that Sun Moon. Manifest Incarnation. Only can target a land with the city, though, so that's a little limited versus Habsburg. Cast Down to the Briny Deep. Yes, please. 9 energy, though. Weave Together has that combo. Weave Together I just didn't get it wasn't a good timing to try to use it. So you get Fear from the Fast Power. No, it's 2 Fear or Skip. I skipped. It's really dumb. I do think it should be both. Eric Van Ness, I don't mind it. High praise for Nature Incarnate Spirit. Yeah. It's a thing. I mean, Darkness, I genuinely like. It comes in at a sweet spot. I think this is a spirit I just need to spend more time with, and I think I'm going to grow to really like them too. It's just again there's so many freaking spirits, and I'm just kind of like I didn't want any anymore. It's funny. Jagged Earth was the expansion I didn't know I wanted until I got it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is amazing, and this is the spirit that this is the expansion, and I'm like, I don't really think I want it, and then I got it. It's like, yep, didn't need it. It's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, there's 23 healthy island cards now. That's crazy. Crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 still healthy. But yeah, that's a good point, Eric. Yeah, I think I probably should have chosen a different matchup, but this is cool. I'll definitely put this off camera. Like, I'm enjoying trying to make it work. Um, there's some flexibility. I mean, seeing some of the power in some of these cards, I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. But even like, look, I mean, I only got the 2 card plays because of the Blighted Island card, right? I mean, I think you start to see like, yeah, this would definitely be a spirit where Growth Through Sacrifice would be really sick. Um, Spur on with, I mean, maybe I could have held on with Spur on with words, but I wanted to try to make something better of that first turn there, you know. But again, just no moons anywhere, um, and just absolutely got trounced with the Blighted on the card. I mean, I don't know. You could do worse. I mean, a 3 blight card, a 4 blight card. But again, if I had a 4 blight card, I'm still then stuck where I can't use my left innate, and that's a really bad place to be. So I do think like multiplayer, where you have more blight in the blight pool and you don't have another spirit that's like putting out blight on the board. I do think Sun could really just absolutely smush, because like you're like, all right, well, whatever, we got like 4 more blight to play with. As long as you're not using all of your allotment, I could use more. I think the game that I won with Tony, where I played as Gaze, I probably did have 2/3 of the blight in play were on my board. um so it does affect how things come together. So true solo, you just got a lot of things that could go really wrong, and I think we saw 2 different ways that played out for me here. First game, I chalk off to I just played the spirit really poorly, and I again wasn't totally appreciating some of the rules. Second game, I do think just got a bit unlucky with with certain things and the way they played out. Um, you know, Going Mountain Sands Mountain wasn't great. I mean, I think anytime you double up and 2 of the first 3 cards are the same, you're gonna have some struggles, especially when you're trying to get Blight out there creatively against Habsburg. So, but that was it. This was super cool. I will be back. Zeds is looking less and less likely tonight. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little late. Uh, but we'll see. We'll see if I can't get some things together and pull it off tonight. If not, look out for a Zed sometimes in the very near future. By very near future, I mean like a week. Questions, comments, epiphanies, your thoughts on Gaze. I'm super curious to see how people treat this one. There probably is some broken opening combo that is out there that I am, avoiding a lot of those threads. It's just kind of like to explore on my own. But I know some people really love to try to find those combos, and want to read and about others who have done it, and that's great. Next one up is going to be Towering Roots. So we're at Towering Roots, Wounded Water, Towering Roots, Wandering Voice, and Wounded Waters. I absolutely love Wounded Waters. Wandering Voice. Somebody wrote to me they were super broken. I found them okay, but Tony and I we were playing in Scotland 6, and Tony had Darkness, and we had a really hard time. So it could just be a matchup thing that made them so not amazing. Wounded Waters I actually like a lot. I like how they work. I found that a fun puzzle. So, the next three I think I'll enjoy a lot more than the previous three. And Gaze is cool. It's fine. I don't know. I still hate the art, but it's, it's great. It's fantastic. It's a tiger sun. What else could I? A tiger sun with three eyes. What else could I want than that? So this is great. Thanks for an active chat and the rules checking and all of that. Super appreciated. And until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.